Here and There continues now. We are joined by Stephanie Cook. She's the Executive Director of Alzheimer's Arkansas. And I'm excited that you're here, Stephanie, first of all, because this is something that has affected our family. And so glad to have you here that we can share more information. But first, just to let people know what all it is that you do, as you can see, there's a lot.
We have a lot going on.
Yeah.
So, Jeff, I'll just start by saying we are a 41-year-old nonprofit. We are actually based in Little Rock and started out as a mere support group in someone's garage.
Wow.
Helping families that were dealing with dementia, right? And so over the years, we've expanded our mission, expanded our services and programming to include a vast array of support and resources for unpaid family caregivers, taking care of someone at home, typically, living with some form of dementia, chronic illness, debilitating disease. I mean, we do our best not to turn any caregiver away. Our organization provides financial support when the funds are available, of course, but we offer respite reimbursements for folks that have to pay someone to come in for them to give get a break once in a while, which is so important to families. And we have a couple of grant sources to be able to do that on a statewide basis. So, caregivers can apply for those grants online or call us for more information. We have respite activities throughout the state, and that can be anything from going to a ball game to having dinner out to going to a board and brush or something, a ceramics pottery painting place, just to have a couple of hours kind of away from those responsibilities to get that break. And then we have educational presentations, forums, and workshops, free workshops for caregivers to come through and get information. So we try to offer a little bit of everything and meet caregivers where they are along their journey.
Every aspect of what you were talking about, I just kept thinking of things I wanted to ask you, but I keep going back to when there is a diagnosis of this, the likelihood is the family, the specific caregiver within the family, probably has no training. They have no knowledge of what it takes next, other than just loving their loved one. And that's a place I know where you guys step up.
That's right. And so, in some cases, you can come to our office. We are located in Little Rock, but we provide support to anyone statewide, right? And I have friends and family members that live outside of Arkansas that call and just want some advice or some tips and things. So, again, we can meet you in person. We can talk on the telephone. We do a lot of texting and emailing as well, but we want to be that resource to give you this is what through our experience and working with other caregivers, this is what we would recommend you do. Here's a starting point, right? Or here are some resources for you to contact, whether it's for asset protection or wealth management or a home care company to come in and provide some personal caregiving services. We don't provide those services specifically, but we can help put you in contact. I think of us sometimes as a resource library. We try to stay up on who is doing what, where, and with whom. And so that, we can help provide just, some answers, some advice. And that's something else that, a lot of the folks listening and watching us today should know, that we've even got monthly support groups in various communities throughout the state, all of which are on our website. We have a standing monthly brunch and learn in Little Rock, first Wednesday of each month. We had it this morning, actually, before I came to the studio. We've got a standing brunch here in Conway at the library. And those brunches typically start at 10:30 in the morning and last an hour, hour and a half. It just depends on the people that are there, and the type of things that we're talking about. But those are kind of standing. And then we've even got online support groups, 3 different support groups online. So if you can't be with us in person and you can't maybe leave your job, to participate in something happening during the day, maybe you can, take your lunch and just join us online. And whether that is, support group, we have a grief support group, early onset. We just try to make it easy for caregivers to connect with us.
Well, and you talked about staying up to date with things, and
Yes.
so that made me think, maybe it's a parent or a grandparent that you help at one stage of life, and then maybe it's 10 or 15 years later, there's another family member.
That's right.
Well, what has changed in those 10 or 15 years is probably an amazing amount of change.
Right.
You're not going to know that, but you all will.
I hope so. We should, and that's what we strive to do. And a lot of people don't even consider themselves a caregiver until we talk to them. And I simply ask sometimes, after school, do you run to grandma's house and help her with her medicine or prepping a meal? You know what? That's a caregiver. Yeah. So caregivers can start at a very, very young age.
Yeah.
And then we have so many diagnoses now happening in people in their 40s and 50s. And here they are, maybe struggling, raising children and working full time, and now here's this diagnosis, bam, right? And so we want to be a resource for those family caregivers to say, come talk to us, come play with us.
Yeah.
You deserve a break as a caregiver. So all of our programming and services is focused on that caregiver, not necessarily that person that has been diagnosed, but the person in that caregiving role, because statistically, we know that by the age of 65, if you are a caregiver of someone with dementia, 1 in 5 will die before the person they're caring for.
Wow.
And that number increases as you age, okay?
Because they stop taking care of themselves? Is that part of it?
Because they put it off.
Okay.
So many people will put that off, and they're concentrating, they're just trying to hold it together.
Sure.
I know caregivers today, in fact, I spoke with one a couple of days ago that said, I haven't been to the doctor in 12 years.
Gosh.
I haven't done my wellness visit, right? I don't take the time to go to the hairdresser to have my nails done anymore, or those walks with friends around the block. I don't have time.
Yeah.
And it's very important that you pause and say, show myself some grace.
Yeah.
And understanding that I have to take care of myself, or I'm to no good for someone else.
Well, it's definitely, they've earned it.
That's
just
right.
Just
That's
in
right.
a way that they give so
That's
selflessly
right.
across the board. You mentioned the Brunch and Learn, second Wednesday of the month at the library. That's a standing event, but there are many, many, many events that are also going on, some in Conway, some statewide. Do you want to highlight some of those?
I would love to.
Okay.
And so, right now, we're in what we call kind of our workshop mode.
Okay.
And we've already done some workshops in places like Little Rock and Hot Springs. We're going to be in Russellville, for example, this week. Next week here in Conway, we'll be going over to Helena, doing a workshop there, and down in South Arkansas and Magnolia even. And those workshops are 8:30 to 2:30 or 3. Caregivers and vendors both. We try to do our best to put caregivers in surroundings with speakers and vendors that can supply products and services that are valuable to their role as a caregiver and to assist them in the home, for example. And so it's a kind of a win-win for those that participate in that. We also do a lot of respite activities, and we'll go to different communities and different cities, as I mentioned earlier, to do some fun things, right? So we'll have lots planned between now and the end of the year in various communities. Again, all of this is on a calendar that we keep on our website, so that's a great place.
And the website is
alzark.org. So altsark.org.
so much easier to spell than trying to spell Alzheimer's.
That's right. That's right. And then if you have folks out there that follow social media, okay, we have a Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn account.
Okay.
We do a little on YouTube. We're going to be expanding that.
Okay.
But Facebook and Instagram are great places to follow us.
Well, there's a lot happening. There's pickleball tournaments, there's golf tournaments, there's the big walk that's coming up in October.
Yes, October 4th here in Conway. We're going to do a walk at Buzz Boulding Arena at the high school. This is actually the 20th year fundraising here in Faulkner County, and I want to just shout out to our Faulkner County Alzheimer's committee led by Melissa Longing here. There's some great folks here in this community doing a lot of wonderful work for our organization, and we appreciate that. They're our state ambassadors again this year. And so, yes, we've got that. And then in September on the 21st, for those that like pickleball,
Yeah.
Little Rock Athletic Club will be there from, I think that's a Sunday from 12 to 4. And then on the 29th of September, we'll be here at the Conway Country Club
Okay,
for an
good.
annual golf tournament.
Yeah.
And then the last primary fundraiser for the year will be in Little Rock at the Hall live music event called Vamp Out Alts
Okay.
on October 25th.
Nice.
And so those are some ways in which folks can come, have a great evening, or choose to sponsor those events to help us out financially so that we can fulfill our mission and promise to families in Arkansas.
It's a diagnosis that affects many.
Yes.
And has for a long time and will
Right.
for a long time. And so thank you for the leadership that you're providing and
It's our pleasure.
loving on these families that are
Thank
loving on
you.
their loved ones.
Well, we appreciate you.
Well, thank you,
you.
Stephanie. Appreciate it. Thanks.
My name is Jeff Brooks, and this is my beautiful wife, Kathy Brooks. We're here in downtown Conway with Brooks Fine Jewelry. We've come back into the showroom, and we are now the store managers.
I love seeing the look on my customer's face when they come in and see the ring that they have designed. When they get engaged, they're sending us pictures when she says yes.
So bring your imaginations, bring your inspiration pieces, and bring your ideas down. There's no holds barred when it comes to custom, specifically from Brooks Fine Jewelry. We're waiting here, and we're happy to see you.